Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Help Us Understand podcast, where we stay confused. This is Josh.
And Zach.
And this is one of those episodes that I don't look forward to because this is a blind episode, meaning I don't fucking know what the topic is.
And I blindfolded him, tied his hands behind his back.
Mentally, yes. Yeah. Mentally, I am completely blind and binded, as they say.
So I will prompt this. Let me scoot a little bit. I'm going to prompt this topic by asking you a question first.
Okay.
Today, you find out that in 7 years exactly from today, all life on Earth will cease to exist. How do you, Josh, react? What do you do? What do you think? How are you going to take the next 7 years of your life?
So you know that I'm going to have to answer that question with a series of questions. I'm not going to be able just to give you...
No. The Earth is, gone.
Where am I getting this information? Who's telling me this?
The NASA. NASA. And the government and all the governments around the world have concluded that the Earth is going to implode and all of us will cease to exist within 7 years. And there is a 99% chance of this happening.
Okay. All right. So granted that this is happening.
You have 7 years left to live. What do you choose to do? Are you going to wake up tomorrow and go to work? Are you going to stay home? Are you just going to be like, well, fuck it, put on Frasier for 7 years? I mean, what are you going to do?
Damn, man, that's a hard question.
Yeah.
Well, because here's the thing. Because really, why work? Because at that point, it's trivial.
True.
We're not going to fucking be here, but then you need the money.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen, regardless of what I feel like I need to do, society will crumble.
Fair.
100%. So what I would probably end up doing is kind of see how people start reacting over the next couple of days. Probably still go to work. But then probably go to the house and hunker down and try to fucking fight off people.
Fair. For 7 years.
Well, yeah. But then at the same point, dude, you know me. I overthink shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, what, is it going to hurt? Like, when the Earth implodes, like, what is it going to feel like? I mean, should we just do this ourselves? I mean, what's going to...
No, it just be... And you just feel like pressure and then gone.
Huh. That's terrifying.
So,
I know about the asteroid.
Yes.
Okay.
And I asked multiple people at my job the same question today.
Yeah.
Very thought-provoking question. So anyway, they did just announce today that it has now gone up to a 3.1% chance of impacting Earth in 2032, which is now the highest risk assessment on an asteroid ever received.
But they also said, too, what are they calling it? A city destroyer?
Yeah, well, okay.
Like
it is the size of the Statue of Liberty plus a little. So yes, at the impact, it would destroy an entire state, basically. And the ripple effects out from that would be like an earthquake, essentially, to multiple other states around. It would
Climate
be
changes.
Severe, like this would be severe for probably a decade.
Not for the entire planet.
No, I don't know.
Just for a section.
It depends on where it hits.
Right.
Imagine if it hits in the Yellowstone National Park with the supervolcano.
Oh, shit.
Then you could destroy almost the entire United States.
That's true.
Imagine if it hits another volcano and causes this mass chain eruption.
But even if it were to land in the ocean, talking tsunamis like fuck and
wipe out coastlines. I mean, it just... So 7 years, right? So I asked multiple people, and I thought this was very interesting on different people's perspective.
Okay.
I'm not going to name any names, and they know who they are if they listen. So I asked one person, and they said, well, I think I want to financially set up my children. And I said, for 7 years? And this person said, well, yeah, in case I die before the 7 years is up, I want to make sure that they're at least financially set for the next 7 years. And I was like, what a weird way to think about that.
But that's cool.
But it is
honorable.
because you're like, well, I want to make sure my kids are okay.
Yeah, but I mean, but 7 years of financial stability is kind of achievable.
You would think, right?
7 years? I mean, people are struggling to, retire.
Yeah, that's true.
They
also said they wanted.
You'll have to tell me who said this.
They wanted to be a grandparent, but they don't want to put that pressure on one of their adult children to have a grandbaby in 7 years.
Yeah, what would be the point?
Well, I guess to experience the idea of having a grandbaby.
Yeah, but but knowing that life is going to cease in 7 years, that feeling of becoming a grandparent is now tainted. It's not the same.
But it's still something.
No, it's not the same at all.
You can still enjoy the child.
So enjoy. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I have a grandchild for like 5 seconds, and then immediately, oh, we're going to die in 7 years.
Yeah, but okay, plot twist. What if you never tell the child what's going to happen?
I'm not talking about the kid.
And you can see life, the enjoyment of life in their eyes because it's gone from ours.
Because they don't know about it.
Yeah.
That's torture.
You can't ask for anything better than that, is to see someone who doesn't know, who's enjoying their life to the fullest all the way up until they're 5, and then
but then I would,
gone.
yeah, but then I would also argue bringing a new life into a world that you know that is ultimately going to end. That's kind of a gray area, dude.
Yeah,
I mean
that's
it's not
like borderline murder.
right?
I mean, it is,
well,
but at the same time, I don't know, because if life ceases to exist and it no longer is going to exist, period, as far as we understand, you're just trying to enjoy the cycle of life before it ceases to exist.
but there's no cycle of life. 7 years is not a lifetime.
It's not, but it's part of a cycle.
It's a very small fraction of a
Yeah,
life
I
cycle.
mean-
No, I want to see an entire life cycle.
Okay, so that was one person's response.
Okay.
Another person's response: I'm going to make friends with Elon Musk and we're going to Mars.
I don't think that's achievable in a lifetime.
In
You
7
gonna do that
years,
in 7
definitely
years?
not.
How you
And
gonna
I
make
didn't
friends?
break it to him because I was thinking, bruh, it would take the entire globe's like scientists and
Yeah.
engineers to even get one load of people to Mars.
Well, also too, you got to consider that I guarantee Elon Musk and a bunch of other people that have the power to do this shit would be trying to find a way to stop this.
or would be
or
like, we're
already be
going
like-
and y'all are staying.
Or they'd be like, okay, well, so now that we can say it. So for the past 100 years, we actually have been to Mars. We've been building some shit.
Time
and we've
travel,
been trying
everything,
on it.
yeah.
Right. So, okay, sorry we kept it for you, but yeah, we're going to Mars. You ever seen Wall-E? We're doing Wall-E.
Yeah.
Everybody get on the ship.
That would be nuts. But
That
I
would
was
be
just
fucking
like,
crazy.
I mean, little old you here.
Were they joking?
No, they were kind of serious because they were like, fuck it. I don't know what else to do. I'm just
In
gonna
your
go-
office?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who this might be.
So anyway, that was one.
Yeah.
The third person in this group of people I asked gave me a blank stare the whole time and went, wow, that's a thought. Thanks for your input.
Oh, they didn't give you an answer?
Another person said, I would quit today on the spot. I would get with my spouse. We would sell our house, all of our cars, all of our belongings,
And
we would
live.
move to a country where we wanted to go and live there until the end of time, until the next 7 years.
That's admirable.
And I was like, okay, that's
I
fair.
could kind of
but I
agree with
also
that.
said, it sounds like you've had that planned in your head. And they were kind of like, yeah, somewhat.
bit,
So
yeah.
I was like, okay, and that's close to kind of what I had said too. Now I had another person, a younger female, so I can say that much, who said, well, honestly, I want to enjoy the next 7 years. I want to find a husband and have a child. Even though I know what's coming, I want to have the family experience before my life is over. And that's a very interesting thought because although we said there's like a gray area of you're bringing a child in to kill them, but you're also dying as well.
Yeah.
It is kind of the thought of, well, I guess you're right. A lot of younger adults who've not had the experience of being married even would maybe rush into that to go, I want that experience before I can never have that again.
But what about you say the experience of marriage? So I would argue marriage is not an experience. Finding and falling in love with someone is an experience.
Agreed.
But the bureaucracy of a marriage, standing in front of a priest and having it, official and
Right.
signing paperwork and shit, ultimately doesn't fucking matter.
Which, again, I think then it boils down to the experience because you can't guarantee you would find your love, the love of your life in that short time span. So you'd find someone that you are settling, and I say that with air quotes, settling down with just to have the experience of a family. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
So then it would be,
you can't get that feeling
It would
in
be-
7 years.
it wouldn't be true love. No, it would be
It
a
could be. You
false
can fall in love with somebody.
manipulation. It would be a false manipulation of the sense of what a marriage would have been.
I disagree with that because I just don't. So you think how many people? Give me a percentage of the world's population who you think that's what their end goal would be realistically.
5%.
Nah, I'd say
I think
less than
maybe 5%.
less than 1%.
Nah.
Who want to experience marriage? You have 7 years until the earth goes, and and what you want to experience is
I
marriage.
genuinely think that a lot of young people would start to realize, oh, hey, guess what? All these websites are not for me anymore.
I don't know.
I need
dude.
to go find somebody.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about marriage. I think a lot of young people will be like, I'm going to go fuck everybody I can find and get every STD I possibly can because who fucking cares?
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, I think 5% of the population would go into marriages that wouldn't work out in the end, but would just do it to experience that because guess what? They don't have time to wait because it's going to be all over in 7 years.
People's minds wouldn't go there.
I don't know. This person did. This person did. And I think they are a part of a collective small group, but I think that they would.
And now we've come to the time of the episode where I am now pleading with Dustin. Dustin, I know you can hear this.
That's fine.
Listen, and I want you to hear this bullshit that's coming out of Zach's mouth.
Now, 5%, you got to understand the other 95% I judge very differently. I think the 50% of that 90% would erupt in absolute chaos.
Yeah, I think a lot of
because people would go, what's the point?
Yeah.
I could kill you. I'm just helping you out. 7 years, you're going to die anyway.
Right.
I'm going to go steal this shit. What does it matter? You going to send me to jail for 7 years?
But that's what I mean. I think it would erupt into utter chaos. Society would crumble.
I think it would take military action on some level.
Agreed.
To hold down certain areas.
Yes.
Right?
But
there would be chaos cities and there would be moderate cities.
But also, too, if NASA knew this, or if any governing body knew that this was going to happen,
right,
they wouldn't tell us. They would
then
not
why
tell
are
society.
they saying it now?
Because there's 3% chance of it hitting. 3%.
That's 1 in a 38 chance. When you put it that way, that's pretty significant.
That's pretty good chances. I'll take that.
That's much better chances than winning the lottery.
And we have 7 years. It could change course.
Think about that.
You ever seen Armageddon?
Yes.
But Bruce Willis can't do it anymore, but somebody can go up there.
Well, he could. He'd just get lost. Oh, that was fun.
Oh, dude! Too soon. God.
You have a better chance of that asteroid hitting Earth than any one of us winning the lottery on any given day.
I've won the lottery.
That's a scary thought.
I mean, I've won $10.
I mean, winning the lottery,
the big lottery.
But yes, there's 7 years for it to change. Now, if this time next year, we're on here and we're going, folks, we're at a 32% chance. That's when we can start to panic a little bit because it's like you have a 1 in 3 chance that your city could be destroyed like that.
Yeah, but couldn't they already the closer we get to it, they can pinpoint where it's going to hit?
Technically, I would think.
Well, they already know this.
If they're anything like our fucking weather forecasters, though, it'll hit in the exact opposite side of the planet.
They already know which hemisphere it could potentially hit. They know that.
Yeah. Well, right now?
Yeah. I saw the line. The article that I read had a line. And
it's going to change over 7 years, though.
No, they projected it. They can tell. If they're going to say that it's going to hit us in 7 years, they can tell based on how fast it's going, how big it is, where it can hit on Earth. Because they know what our rotation's like.
I think that... So 50% would erupt. I think a good 50% would erupt into chaos. People like you and I would
99% would be chaotic.
I don't think so. I really don't because I think
the people who don't fall into chaos would be protecting themselves or fighting the chaos.
To some extent, yes. I don't. I still think there would be a good chunk of people that would not believe it and would be like, "This bullshit. There's no way."
You like Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
Did you ever see that episode where Rick and Summer go to these 3 planets that are about to end because of some cataclysmic thing?
Yeah.
What are they all doing on all 3 of those planets? Partying.
Yeah.
Fucking each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they know it's ultimately just going to end. What's the fucking point? I don't think there's, now I'm not going to say there's not going to be any person, but I don't think anybody's going to be like, wow, I need to know what marriage feels like.
I think...
Just don't see that.
I do. And think about you and I for a perspective, right? Okay,
yeah.
if we were in this situation, you and I are not going to erupt into chaos immediately.
No.
We are going to go into protective mode. But there's going to be a lot of like-minded people like us that say, look, in the event that the 1% chance doesn't happen, because you're telling us 99%, in that event that 1% doesn't happen, I don't want to end up like everyone else who's in the chaos, who are killing people, who are getting STDs, who are getting diseases, losing limbs. I want to continue with my life as best as possible. So therefore, I'm not going to fuck myself all the way up right now. I'm going to do some things maybe that I wouldn't necessarily do 100%, but still maintain my life to a certain extent.
But I'm saying you wouldn't have a choice. I'm saying that everyone around you would be like, how many, all right. aside from being religious, aside from quote unquote doing the wrong or right thing,
Right.
why is it that people don't commit more crimes? We have a lot of crimes, but why?
Right.
Like, if you want a Lamborghini, what's stopping you from going over there and fucking stealing a Lamborghini from somewhere?
Because I'll go to jail.
Exactly.
Right.
The law.
Yeah.
7 years, we're not going to be here. People are going to be like, fuck the law. And they're just going to go
Yeah,
crazy.
and that's what I'm saying. A good 50%.
50?
I'm going to say 50.
So you're saying
I'm going with
half the
50.
planet?
Yes.
There's no fucking way.
You don't think that... so 5%, they're going to want to get married. 50%, so we're 55. So we're down to 45%. I'm going to say out of the 45%, 15% are like you and I. I think 15% of the planet are going to just protect and try to maintain.
I think it's more than that. I think it's a lot more than that.
To maintain?
Yes.
Well, then there is reasonable to say 50%, only 50% would be in chaos.
I think when I say chaos, I mean you are also in chaos. The world would be in complete chaos. You're not. The moment they announce that, the world as we know it is not going to be calm again. It's not going to be normal again. There's no, honey, I'm on my way home from work. What do you need? Oh, can you get a gallon of milk? That's gone.
But it would take time to get there. I don't think it would be instant because the police, the military would still be in action.
It would still be in action, but putting the military or the police to control society or control a country, that's chaotic.
It is, but it's a coordinated chaos to the point where it feels like a false hope.
It would go nuts.
It
would fall apart.
I don't know.
It would fall apart. I hope I'm wrong. It's not going to happen. This shit is not going to happen. 3%, please.
Now, my response to that was, I think I would be in denial immediately, right? I think I would go, there's no way, right? There's no way that our planet is going to be hit and destroyed. Right. I think I would wake up the next day and I think I would just go to work and I would be like, I think everyone else a lot of people would do the same. They would just kind of be like, there's no way this is real.
I think, okay, I will agree there to an extent. I think there would be a very small period of adjustment, but that would depend on how, when they announced it, what are they going to say? I mean, what are they going to, but seriously, are they going to sound alarms? What are they going to say? Are they going to say, we need everybody to bunker down? Gallons of water are now priced at $67 a gallon. That's what, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would depend. How would they state it?
Obviously, they would try to cause as small amount of panic as possible. So it wouldn't be like a it wouldn't be like that.
Not 7 years in advance.
It would be like, all right, folks, we're going to do what we can to try to avoid the situation. Like, they would at least try to maintain calm in the public by saying, we have a plan to take care of this. But in reality, they don't.
Did you see the movie Don't Look Up?
No.
It's exactly this. Well, not exactly this. So Leo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence are scientists. They discover an asteroid that's on a projection to hit the Earth. And they're literally going on news and things like that and being like, it's going to hit. And for some reason, I have to go back and watch it. I saw it when it first came out. Society, for the most part, the media, for the most part, the governments, for the most part, are like, nah, we're good.
Right.
Or just completely ignoring it. And what ultimately ends up happening is kind of what you said. A lot of the higher up politicians and stuff, when they get closer to when it's coming, they're like, oh, it is coming. And they all get on a fucking ship and go to another planet. Where the world, so I mean, you need to check that movie out.
I will.
It's a similar thing. So really, we can speculate all we fucking want to. I think we're both wrong. I think we don't. I bet you we don't even know how the world would react.
Right. But I think my gut was like, I would work for a year. If society maintained enough, I would work for at least a year and get a little closer to that gap and then like save every penny I have and sell everything and move to like Norway and just enjoy the last couple years.
I think 7 years, it would be 7 years of despair. I think it would be 7 years of people just depressed.
Yeah.
I think there would be God forbid, I hate saying this. I think there would be a lot of suicide.
Oh yeah.
I just think there would be a lot of religious hysteria. No, that's what I'm saying. It's the same exact thing. If you could find out you were going to die in 7 years, would you want to know that? I fucking wouldn't.
I mean, I guess it's better knowing than not.
No, it's better not knowing.
So you just go along, just continue down this path.
If I had a genie and the genie was like, hey, free of charge, it's not going to take one of your wishes, I can tell you right now when you're going to die. Do you want to? Hell no.
Yeah, I want to know.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
No. I don't want to know.
I want to know.
Because the moment you find out, the rest of your life is tainted.
The rest of my life will be based around that date. Yes.
But you should be living that way anyway.
And I will, but that's the problem. Most people don't.
Yeah, but I still wouldn't want to know. I still wouldn't
I
want
would.
to know. No,
100%.
no fucking
7
way.
years, 5 years, whatever it is.
No, keep it away from me.
Man.
The only way I would want to know is if they could promise me that it would be in 50 years.
And you're like, okay, that's reasonable.
Yeah, I'd be 89 in 50
There
years.
you go. You're like,
You
nah,
know.
I'm not going to let myself get that far.
No, that's not what I think. No, I just wouldn't. I just don't think I'd be able to do it. I wouldn't want to know.
Plot twist on this, though. I saw a couple different people who say they're scientists. God knows, how people are nowadays. I can say I'm a news reporter.
We're in the media.
Yeah, well, there you go. But they were like, this is comparable to the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. That it didn't destroy the planet, but it caused a
Nuclear
dark
winter
age.
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, basically, the way that it hit, it caused multiple volcanoes to semi-erupt, which then clouded the sky, darkened the sky. It killed all the vegetation over several decades. The sky never stopped being dark. There was no way to grow anything. All the dinosaurs died from lack of food, basically. They didn't die from the impact of the asteroid. They died of lack of food.
Right.
And so they were saying this is comparable, that no matter where this would hit, if it did hit, it would be that same situation.
Another
it would
ice
hit
age.
the Earth on such a hard trajectory that even if it did only wipe out a city, the ripple effect underneath of the core of the Earth would reverberate back out to those volcanoes again, and it would set off another dark age globally for about 50 to 60 years.
Now, if it's only the size of the Statue of Liberty, why wouldn't it break up an atmosphere?
Well, and then again, why can't we do something like in the movies? Shoot a nuke up at it halfway.
Yeah, but that would fuck up the atmosphere. A nuclear bomb.
I'd take a little bit of a hole in the fucking atmosphere versus the entire planet being.
Nah, I think there would be something else they'd be able to do. I think there'd be something like maybe small chips at a side. Like hell, SpaceX can shoot a rocket in the air and then land that bitch back on the Earth. That's crazy.
I guess in 7 years they probably could have some pretty good technology.
I bet you they have it now. Maybe they'll finally be like, all right, we've been in touch with aliens for a while.
We're gonna open up a wormhole when it gets close, and it'll
Right.
just go through.
We already talked to them. They confirmed it.
That's a different type of chaos that we're.
It's
into.
weird. All they wanted us to pay them in zucchinis, but we're not going to question it. But maybe they think zucchinis are something special. But I'm just saying, technology may not be anywhere where we think it is.
Yeah, that's true.
And
they might be able to.
7 years, NASA better get on their fucking shit because there's still 2 astronauts in the International Space Station that they can't get home.
Yeah, we think we're gonna stop a rocket.
I mean, that's fucking
flying at Earth.
terrifying, man. Like, why can't we get them home? I don't understand.
I don't know.
They send people up there all the time.
Yeah, well, they say they do.
What?
Here we go. Conspiracy.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah.
I am not in the fucking mood. I am far from the fucking mood with that shit.
Well, what's really funny is that they just announced they just laid off 10% of NASA's employees today too.
Really?
Asteroid's coming, fire half of the staff.
Well, but they don't.
I mean,
Yeah, but what is it? Just a bunch of simple like administrative. I mean, I doubt that they got rid of the astrophysicist.
I don't know who they got rid of. Just 10%. You know.
Fair enough.
But anyway, that was a really thought-provoking. Think about it. Think about it to yourself, folks. What would you do today if you knew in 7 years all life would cease to exist? It's a very trauma-invoking question. But
I would buy a Little Caesars franchise and only serve myself.
for 7 fucking years. We'd all be 1,000 pounds because what's the point?
What's the
in
fucking
getting
point?
fit? Yeah, we're gonna die. True, I would eat everything.
But then the day before, it's like we were able to stop it. I'd be like, God damn it!
Well, we got to go see Dr. Now on the 600-pound life.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how the world would react. I mean, that's a crazy thought, though. I mean, because when you asked me, I instantly was like, "Oh, fucking no."
Anyway.
Yeah.
So moving on to the second portion of my topic here. So I will have to pull this up on my phone. Now, this does kind of base itself around different levels of religion. So I don't know if you saw, and I'll share this with everybody on the channel, all 15 viewers.
Listeners.
So Wardruna, one of our favorite bands, has announced they're going on a North America tour again.
I saw it, and they're not coming here.
Yeah.
I saw.
And so on YouTube, when they posted it, I just decided to put a comment in there, and I was like, come on, y'all are coming to North Carolina? That's all I said. Just, and I did it on X too, because I was like, hey, get
Right.
somebody's attention. Come to North
Seriously.
Carolina. DC, I think, was the closest they're coming, and it was like in September. But anyway, I commented that, right? And I was like, I was just sitting there. 7 hours ago, I posted this. 1 hour ago, I got a reply from someone. And I was like, oh, I got a reply. Well, what is it?
Is it Wardruna?
No.
Oh.
So I'm going to read this reply in full. Okay, now it's long. It's like a paragraph and a half.
Hell, all you asked was...
Yes, okay.
I'm in.
Right. So the reply was, my name, I'm not going to share my name. I'm going to say, they said my name, and they said, child of God, believe that I do not know you in person, but that God knows you. Hear me, breathe. Anyone from your father's house who transforms you into an evil bird at midnight may watch over your movements, your marriage, your health, your business, your studies, your success, your destinies. May heaven send this evil person on a journey of no return in the name of Jesus. I pray that you will achieve the impossible and accomplish the incredible this year. I'm going to skip a whole section because it's just too fucking long. I saw powers and principalities plotting and withholding God's blessing from your life. But the Lord said it's time for your release and the total restoration of breakthroughs in your life and your family's lives. Bring joy to the fatherless. Give to patient, vulnerable children's project and witness miracles unfold. Contact them on the WhatsApp Divine Motherless Foundation, home with this number, and they put a number, and ask for the details and send a hand of support to the children as you obey the voice of God and good things continue to locate you and your family in Jesus' name. Amen. And I cracked up so fucking
It's a
loud.
scam. They're trying to steal your identity. That's all it is. Or do they think Wardruna's
That's what
satanic
so
or something? So just to clarify, Zach and I there's a musical folk Viking, Swedish, Norwegian group
Butcher it. Go ahead.
from
Butcher
Europe.
it.
Well, I don't know what to call them. I don't know
It's
what
a
to call them.
Viking band. It's a pagan Viking band.
And they use these
do
really
authentic-
primitive,
yes.
they use these really primitive instruments and do this chanting, and it's like old war chants and stuff in Viking times. It's really awesome.
It
It's
does.
Really
It sounds
cool.
very
And we
relaxing.
went-
It's
and
very calming.
Zach's been into them for years, and it took me forever, but he finally got me on, and we eventually went and saw them. So I guess I could see how some radical Christian would be like,
But like you spent that time to write like 2 pages of just gibberish. Like
you should reply, so no North Carolina?
I was going to reply and go, bruh, I just want to hear the music. Because that's really that's all I want to do. I just want to hear the music. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I understand someone going in the replies and just saying, praying for everyone in the chat. Okay, sure, whatever.
enough,
That's
whatever.
fine.
Cool.
But that kind of response where you are calling out the father's name and blessing the family
it's
and
probably
then
a bot.
and then trying to get money to go to it was just like my brain just went at the end of the day because I was like, what is this?
Yeah, what did I go back and make sure you went to the right video? Like, what did you reply to?
It was a picture.
Oh,
it wasn't even video, but I don't understand. And I've seen this though in other videos.
Yeah.
I've seen, and you and I have talked about this where people, and we actually mentioned this in a video a while back, people are like, may God rebuke the demon through this video. May
I've seen
nothing
that.
follow me. And it just, I'm sorry, that shit doesn't fucking work. It doesn't. There's no way. This person saying, I bless you, you have no idea of my intentions.
Right.
When we're watching a scary video, you have no idea of the intentions of the video. Like you pointed out, probably 70% of those videos out there are fake.
Yeah.
And you dumbass people are out there going, may you not follow me, demon, in Jesus' name. Chill out. Your life, you need something else in your life if you're that overwhelmed.
But it's just fear. It's just fear.
Right. What are you so afraid of?
Because they see people, people who might believe every one of these videos and see it and be like, well, somehow a ghost or a demon got with this person. I don't want that to happen to me.
They need to get a life. I mean, let's be honest. Like you need to reevaluate where you are.
I very rarely comment on YouTube videos.
Same. That was rare for me to do that.
I have before, and I've gotten no responses or likes or anything. I'll be like, well, fuck y'all, man. I'm not replying on any shit. But only if I have some serious opinion or something. But I very rarely do that.
Right.
Yeah.
I just like from the comment to that, of blessing me and my mother and father and family and whatever to may you bless this house. Don't let the demon in. I just don't understand. Like, if you want to do that, just go pray. Just go pray on your own. Is that not the same thing? Why do you have to type it out for other people to see? It's just for visibility. You just want to show the world, I am this religion or I am that religion.
Well, according to Scripture, a true disciple of God is supposed to help and supposed to.
Those things don't help. They're doing it for themselves.
Yeah, well, I know, but I'm saying, this person, if they really type that, it's probably like, I need to point this guy. He's listening to this demonic Satan music, you know.
And while I'm at it, I'm going to ask them to donate to this children's.
That's what I'm saying.
It was so absurd.
It was most likely a scam.
It was so absurd, though. And I was just like, where YouTube, where you at, man? Get it together.
Yeah, YouTube.
Get these fucking scammers.
YouTube will flag the simplest shit.
They'll flag you being like, you're a butthole. And then they won't flag some stupid shit like that.
I watch, I've told you this. I like watching police fucking what are the cameras called? They have them?
The body cam.
The body cam. I love watching that shit and like, you know, and some of them are bleeped to a point. There's no point in watching the video.
Yeah, just boop, boop,
because you can't I'm not going to say it on here because I can't because we put our videos on YouTube. But you can't say like words like
bitch. I mean, you can't say any curse word. You can't say any curse words on there without it beeping.
Yeah, but they're not even curse. Like, for example, you can't say molestation.
Fair.
Or you can't say sexual harassment. You can't say those words. Why?
Because we got into that whole everyth's too sensitive.
Is it the trigger thing?
Yeah. It's the too sensitive material type of thing.
Yeah, but then they can show the footage.
Right, and it should be used in an educational format. That's how it should be taken. It's educational. It should not be taken as they said molestation.
But that's one of the reasons why everybody gets triggered so easily because you can't. You're hiding the stuff.
Yeah, you're hiding it from people.
We beat this horse to death.
I know.
I mean, seriously.
Oh, we know who's not sensitive. Whoever fucking commented on my shit.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. YouTube videos, like I've watched them before and been like, I don't even know what's fucking happening because they keep bleeping shit out. Yeah,
you just get on and you're like, what's going on? Who said what? And then that's done. Yeah.
Well, one of these guys that I follow on YouTube, they still upload to YouTube, but they're also saying, okay, so there's a lot of the stuff that YouTube won't let us say, so we're going to upload to, I don't know, Locals or some other page or something, and then you can go. You
would think YouTube would be like, well,
hey. But you got to pay to do that.
What?
To go to their other page.
So they're trying to make more money.
Well, but I get it because that other page is not censored.
So they're profiting off of YouTube's censoring.
To an extent.
More or less, yeah.
To an extent. But
YouTube's stupid then. They should just increase their profitability and reduce the amount of censoring.
But we do like YouTube. We enjoy YouTube. We enjoy uploading our videos onto YouTube.
Well, yeah, of course. YouTube's a great platform, and I use it every day in my life.
I actually do.
But I'm just saying, whoever's in charge of the marketing, they're making a stupid move, I think, because
I agree.
You could be making a lot more money by letting those by literally doing what you do with the dumbest videos on earth and saying, this has sensitive material. Would you like to view it? And hit the view button.
Well, that's what I think it is too.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You have to sign in to prove that you're 18 to watch certain things. And even when you watch the shit, after you prove you're 18, it's still goddamn censored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's so dumb.
I know.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's silly. I mean, there's a lot of we're just ornery old men.
No, we're reasonable.
I don't know. I'm getting a headache just talking about this shit.
I'm going to go home and think about what I would do for 7 years.
Oh, I don't even want to think about that. If it's actually going to happen, if they increase the likelihood and it's going to happen, just don't fucking tell me.
Nah, tell me.
Just let me be.
Tell me, but don't tell Josh. Just that way I could be like, I don't know, man. How much time you got left?
Just let me be walking to my car from work and see a huge shadow, and then that just be it.
That's awful.
I don't want to know that the world is going to end at a certain time. I don't want to know that.
But like instant though, your heart just think about that moment. Those 5 seconds of your life have the most most rational, intense fear you have ever experienced of. I mean, just like.
Okay, so that's not knowing. Well, imagine you know that it's going to happen. You spend 7 years doing what the fuck ever you wanted to do for 7 years. And when it gets, what are we going to have, like a timer? There's going to be like a
5,
yeah,
4.
I would shit myself.
Who's going to drop the ball in New York?
I mean, seriously, you want to talk about fear? So you think there wouldn't be any intense fear in those last moments regardless?
Yeah, but if you knew it was coming, you could be like, all right, I know it's coming. I don't want to look up. I'm going to do my own thing. Versus not knowing and going, what the fuck is that?
No, I think if people knew, there would be viewing parties.
Honest to God, I think that last day,
we're going to somebody's house, we're going to party, and we're going to watch it come to the fucking earth. Or watch what wouldn't you?
No, I think what would happen is the last day, all you would hear is everybody would kill each other.
Oh,
You're on the last day.
I would be, no, I don't think so. I would honestly, the last day, I would be, well, the majority of those 7 years, I would be with my family. I would be with my family, spending
shooting
as much
at people
time with
trying
my
to
family.
shoot in your house, probably.
Well, or just spending time with my family.
I just want to enjoy my life.
I mean, especially the last day. I would be with my family, having dinner or something.
Dinner.
Yeah, fuck yes.
All right, everybody, let's hold hands. Let's pray before we have this turkey and sausage.
What the fuck? Yes, why not? Are you serious? As much as you like to eat.
And then all you hear is tick, 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 because everybody's shaking, holding their silverware, trying to eat their last meal.
No, I think if I was with my family and at that point had enough conversation, discussed about what was going to happen, I think I could be like, all right.
All the more reason over the 7 years, you will at some point be like, it's coming. You've come to terms with it. You and your family realize what you want to do in life for those 7 years, and that's it. You have 7 years to mentally prepare, and those who can't, they're going to out themselves anyway.
But you're not going to be able to mentally prepare yourself for that.
To a certain extent.
That's like being on death row.
Yeah.
There's people on death row for like 20 fucking years. Do you think they're prepared for it?
They're ready for it.
No, fuck no.
They're like, bring it on.
Nah, they might say that, but inside they're shitting themselves. They're fucking terrified.
I don't know, man.
The uncertainty of death is scary for anybody.
I don't know. There's this a level of resiliency that you can build up mentally to be okay enough to go, I can't just kill everybody. I can't kill myself. I need to just push on. I mean, it's no different than a normal struggle with life now, except, there's just no immediate death. We don't know when we're going to die. You and I might die in a week. We don't know that.
Yeah.
But
we're not.
We're not, obviously. Hopefully not.
We're not.
But yeah, it's just knowing that there's an end and where the end is, but it's not just you. It's everybody. If it was just you, that's different. Then I can see you falling into depression. You're leaving everyone behind. You're leaving everything behind. But everyone's going with you. We all going together. We could all sing Kumbaya on
Well,
our
that's
way
what I'm
out.
saying. What are you leaving behind then?
Nothing.
Exactly.
But you want to enjoy the time up to that point.
Yeah.
So 7 years to prepare. You'd want to know ahead of time then.
But that's what I'm saying. That 7 years, though, we don't know what state the world would be in.
Regardless, when
Are
you
people going to continue to work? If we decide we're not going to work, maybe farmers are like, fuck it, I ain't growing another fucking thing. There'd be no food.
We'd have to hunt. We'd have to grow our own shit, eat grass and dirt and shit.
So an awesome 7 years working up to it. Nah, there's no fucking way.
I'm moving to Norway. Y'all can come with me. We'll live up in the fjords and, enjoy the scenery. And
open an Arby's.
And Arby's?
Yeah, we could open an Arby's in Norway.
Where would we get the food then?
We'd grow cows.
Raise
cows.
Get the seeds, put them in the ground, get them.
Cow seeds.
I want the strawberry cows first.
The chocolate cows. That's where chocolate milk comes from. I don't know. I don't know, but that's a fucking crazy thought.
Yeah, and it's funny we wrapped back around to that topic.
Full circle, as they say.
Full circle. But anyway,
I'm trying to think who I can ask that to.
Anybody. Ask anybody. I asked like 6 people at work, and I even asked a group of guys, and I could tell I caught them off guard, and this is why I didn't initially mention them. I said, hey, I told them the scenario. What would you do? All 3 of them in unison. I quit today. And I said, what are you going to do? Chill at home until 7 years comes. And I said, so you're just going to go home and chill for 7 years. Yeah. That to me is a weird concept. You're just going to you're not going to work. Your life is just going to be useless for 7 years.
But it's not useless. What would be useful for 7 years? You're working up to nothing.
Have fun. Enjoy your life.
Maybe that's that's fun for them. I mean, maybe that's what's fun.
Hey, man, 7 years, I watched every single show on the planet.
Yeah, I watched everything, and there was some good ones.
There were some really bad ones, too.
Well, again, if for those 7 years, what would continue to work? would Netflix even continue to work, or would people at Netflix be like, "Fuck it, we're done too"?
Whatever's on there, you guys can watch it.
Yeah,
That's it.
and if it cuts off, don't fucking call because we're not going to do shit. You know?
Maybe we'd be at that level of chaos.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and really, I mean, I like to think that we would be able to quit, but people are still going to expect money.
Yeah.
But then that brings up the question: for what? What do you need that money for? You're not going to be able to spend it in 7 years.
No, but you can for the next 6. I could see that last full year being awful.
Oh God!
But like the first 6, maybe somewhat reasonable.
Yeah.
Definitely the first year, everyone would try to cope. But
Well, this is
anyway,
a good segue.
Yeah.
What would you do if life was gonna end in 7 years? You know how you can let us know?
Yeah.
You can shoot us an email.
Send
us an email at helpuspod@gmail.com. You can also check us out on YouTube. We talk a lot of shit, but we do like YouTube. We're on YouTube. Help Us Understand Podcast is our channel. You can also find us on wherever you get your podcast. I'm a little more scared than I was when we started this episode.
That's good. That's good. I like doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you. That's it for this week. I was Josh.
I was Zach.
Yeah, bye.